Wonderful monarch who's celebrating 70 years on the throne does like to try new things, as we found out recently. And as we also told you, sadly she's been blasted by people for attending certain things that are not other things. But there's definitely going to be one thing that's going to be back. But what is it? Hi, good morning, Neil. Sean here in the very heart of London. Thank you for joining me today. This is a wonderful street. It's just off Marble Arch, very expensive area. Yes, we can just dream about buying these sort of homes, you know. What I like about them though, I don't know if you're like me, but I like to look and think, it reminds you of things like Upstairs, Downstairs. Do you remember the TV series? And you can almost imagine Hudson, the butler, opening the door, you know, and whoever large family lived there, wealthy family, obviously, as I say, because even back when they were built in the 1800s, you would have been incredibly rich to live so close to Hyde Park. Now, of course, there's one lady who's celebrating a big event herself this week, and that is, of course, our wonderful monarch, Queen Elizabeth II, 70 years on the throne. And as we know, she's had some mobility issues, as the palace have described it recently. And let's face it, you know, at her age, what would one expect? You know, I don't know about you, but I have mobility issues, and I'm, you know, yeah, a few years younger, just leave it there, shall we? But on a serious note, you know, a lot of people were saying, oh, you know, when she didn't attend the state opening of Parliament, it's all about pride, isn't it, you know? And Her Majesty the Queen, you know, is very, very concerned about her public image. A lot of people said that things changed dramatically, sadly, when she lost His Royal Highness the Duke of Edinburgh, and clearly he truly was her rock. You could see that now, the way things have developed. But recently, the Queen found an ingenious way of getting around, and it was all thanks really to her mother, the Queen Mother, who we all love so much. She really started this off way back in the 90s because, as you saw at the recent Chelsea Flower Show, Her Majesty the Queen decided to get around on a £62,000 golf buggy. And I don't know about you, but she looked like she was having a ball. I mean, you know, wouldn't mind one of those myself. It was only while someone was suggesting exactly the problems that her mother had that they said, well, you do remember, of course, she used a golf cart. This was a light bulb moment, apparently, in the meeting. And so suddenly she thought, well, maybe I could try this. Now, according to that very good source, it was such a success at the Chelsea Flower Show that Her Majesty the Queen now plans to use this more on a regular basis, and apparently wouldn't mind driving herself also. That must be terrifying, don't you think? And according to that good source, she's been learning how the buggy operates by driving it around the grounds of Windsor Castle. Now, as I've said, you know, I am a huge fan of the Queen. I think she's an incredible lady. You know, she was still horse riding until about 2 years ago. But isn't it nice when you have those problems, those mobility problems, and you still have a little bit of pride, but then you find a way of getting around? For everybody who's out there, similar situations, I do hope that you take some inspiration from Her Majesty the Queen. Even if you only move from chair to chair, it's a start, isn't it? Let's be honest. Have a seat down 10 minutes and then go to the next chair. But on a serious note, that's what I've been told. We will see more and more of our wonderful monarch zipping around in that buggy to make sure that she continues to meet her adoring public. Neil, Sean, Hyde Park, London.